A very good morning to you and welcome to Good Morning Anambra. And it is coming to you from ABS TV here. It's good to have you here. My name is Sijama Uche and I have Theophilus Ukoha with me.
I want to say welcome to Good Morning Anambra.
Okay, good to have you, Theophilus.
Well, good to have you too.
You're looking too bright this morning.
You're looking too extraordinary this morning.
Okay.
Maybe you tell us the secret much later.
Secrets? Do I even have secrets? That's why I have problems.
Yeah, I think you have.
No, I don't. Okay, let's move on now. You very much know that Nigeria qualified for the World Cup that is coming up very soon. Some of you will be wondering, is it Jama talking sports now? You are a broadcaster, you know a little bit of everything. So we're going to look at this one today and how ready they are, having seen the kind of friendlies they are playing, and all the rest of things. All these are going to look at today as we discuss Nigeria's chances at 2018 World Cup, otherwise known as Russia 2018. And to help us look at that, because we are not experts, we have gathered experts to help us look at this very important topic. I have Mr. Arthur Ebunam. Mr. Arthur Ebunam is a former player, Rangers International of Enugu, and is also a former player, Green Eagles of Nigeria. Good to have you here, Mr. Arthur Ebunam.
Glad to be here. Good morning.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Welcome. And then seated very close by is Sir Anthony Bebeto Udenaka. He is the chairman Anambra Football Referees Council and also board member Anambra State Football Association. Mr. Bebeto, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Welcome, viewers.
It's good to have you here. I just hope we are safe in your hands. And I wouldn't want anybody to just kick me like a football now.
No, it's not going to happen.
Maybe you're not going to blow whistle, no red card, no yellow card.
Oh, yes, what I want to tell somebody will blow whistle and say, hey, red card.
You just blue floor, no problem.
Okay. All right, welcome.
Fair play.
Of course, we are very friendly people.
Okay, let's start with you, Mr. Anebunam. Could you please tell us a little bit about Arthur Anebunam, your career, and how you finally made it to Green Eagles?
Well, I started with the high school, secondary school, what we called academicals then. We play from academicals, then you graduate to club side. And then they had scouts, that they came to recruit. I was signed with Rangers then, played from 76 to 79. Then at the same time, CKC won the World Cup and I was a member. I was invited to Eagles camp, Green Eagles then. I played from 76 to 79 before I left for US for further studies. So that's how I got to play for Rangers and Green Eagles then.
Okay, so you started in secondary school. That means you were at CKC?
Yes.
Okay. I see, and then you were part of that team that played for World Cup.
World Cup in Ireland in 77, which we won.
Secondary school?
Yes, tournament in Ireland.
Is that
Dublin.
tournament still going on now?
No.
Okay.
No longer.
Because I'm not sure I've heard anything about that recently. Okay. And that was how you find yourself in
Rangers and Green Eagles.
Rangers first before Green Eagles.
Yes.
I see. Okay, looking at Green Eagles then and the rebirth which brought about the name Super Eagle, what has changed? Bebeto, I'm coming to you now.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think that has changed from Green Eagle to Super Eagle between this transition?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I think when they were answering Green Eagles, I think they were better then. But now, I think it was after 1980, when they won the Africa Cup of Nations, that President Shehu Shagari changed his administration changed that name from Green to Super Eagles. But I think if I'm to compare the performances of both, the Green Eagles and Super, I think that of the Green was far better than what we are seeing today.
Really? Do you agree with him?
Absolutely.
Really?
And we played better.
The Green Eagle played better than Super Eagles?
Than Super Eagles, yes.
How?
Because, then we had, from wingers, we had the best outside left, Adokia Mesimeka, outside right, Shego Odebami. In the midfield, they have Aloysius Atuebu, they have Christian Chupu, A.K.G. Patrick, Odie, and Wolabi. We had all departments, we had the best.
And the great Emmanuel
Okala in goal.
Are you saying the president, they don't have this department?
No, the president club
it's
now.
White individuals at the...
You see, right now, like, we don't have what we call a creative midfielder in the team. No. After JJ left, there was nobody like, we don't have any creative midfielder. And creative midfielders are the ones that dictate the pace, the link between the defense, midfield, and attack. And we don't have that now.
Now, who will take the blame now? Is it you people that did not train individuals that to fit in those positions?
Or? No, we are not coaches. We're not coaches. We are coaches.
Apart from being coaches, you must have mentored some individuals to follow your footsteps, especially those who were at the main departments over there.
Well, like he said, he has played his own time and left the stage. It is now left for the coach, the present coach, to invite always into them. Though we have not found any blame on anybody anyway, but what I'm saying is that what they have
observation.
Our observation is that what they have left, these boys have not picked up.
Okay, and do you think you have done what you needed to do as Green Eagle that's supposed to have given birth to Super Eagle? You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because you said that Green Eagle that was better than what we have today, but then you guys didn't give us World Cup.
It was one slot for African nation. Now we have 5.
Okay, it used to be one slot.
One slot. Because I remember 78 when we lost to Tunisia.
That's here in Lagos.
Yes, Tunisia went. And right now we have 5 slots, 5 African nations.
And how many times did you qualify as Green Eagle for World Cup?
No, that's what Nigeria had
never qualified.
They did not.
Mm-hmm.
And then how can
you
say
close to 78?
Have been to World Cup before?
Even then, the song was "The Eagles Must Fly," and they were flying actually, but they did not fly to bring us World Cup. So what made you have confidence that you were better than what we have now?
First of all, we started the race.
Apart from
in 1980, we won the Nations Cup. We started the race. You understand what I'm saying? So, and we had better players then until 94 World Cup. Then 98. Then you start falling. The performance level started going down.
But actually, I asked you what has changed between these two generations, the Green Eagle and the Super Eagle. What do you think has changed? Okay.
What has changed drastically is the preparation. The players coming from Nigeria to go play abroad. We had much better players then, and
home based.
Oh, we are home based.
Yes, okay. Because we were playing at home.
And what about the refereeing of it on coach? Sorry, let me talking about coach. Let me leave referee because I still coming to him. I'm talking about the coaching. Are you saying the coaching was contributed to whatever that played out there?
Absolutely. We had Otto Gloria. We had Father Tico. In Rangers, we had Dan Anyam, and we had Yugoslav coach, a white coach.
That came later, but all the time there were local coaches.
Local coach and foreign coaches at that time. It was during my time was Fanatico, then Otto Gloria, who won the Nations Cup in 1980. So, and you see, from 94, although we had Bonfer in 94, and Westerhoff, others, foreign coaches. But when home base started coaching, then we had that
started dropping.
Yes, in a performance level.
Okay, let's come to the whistleblower. Because it's not a whistleblower we're talking about here in the current dispensation. But as a referee,
whistle is whistle.
Yes, whistle is whistle. No matter either in the field and the whatever. Now, give us a little light into what has played out then and what is happening now, as far as refereeing is concerned.
To the best of my knowledge, refereeing remains refereeing, be it then and be it now. There's nothing that has changed over that, because the laws of the game which were applied, they have not changed. They remain the same.
Are you confident about that? Because we observed that a lot of red carding and then yellow carding this time around. It wasn't like that then. And then there is a kind of seeming favoritism between the referee and the team playing.
Well, it comes to the area when I said that there is difference between the then Green Eagles and the present Super Eagles. Then they were playing good football, but now kick and go.
Is that what they play now?
Of course. I mean, trying to kill the opponents.
Did the coaches sport? Did they play kick and go?
If you remember, when he made mention of Okocha, he said he handled the midfield very well before he left. I'm not trying to say that, no, he did play, but let's go to refereeing anyway.
Right. I want you to concentrate on that, because remember, the referee is the person that controls the match. Okay. Even if you are playing good or not playing good, the referee, there is a tendency of the referee maybe giving it to the other team that is not playing well.
I think I disagree with you, because okay.
Let me know how you disagree.
Right. The referee is on the field of play to interpret the laws of the game. Once somebody violates, and when he commits a cautionable offense, it is left for the referee to caution that play. When he commits a violent offense, he dismisses him. So, referees don't go there to favor anybody. No.
But there have been cases. There have been cases of a referee said bringing the match to disrepute, maybe because one thing or the other has gone behind us. Okay. Haven't you heard that before? Are you hearing that for the first time?
I used to say that all Nigerians are coaches, all Nigerians are referees, all Nigerians are security.
It's at the international level. We have heard that. We have heard fans fighting in the field of play because of the activities of
Let's go over this way. If, for instance, Tio has interest in a particular team, if that team plays and loses, Tio will blame the referee of the day. I'm just giving an instance. I don't know if you are following.
Yes, I'm following you. So why must the referee be blamed? Because most times he is in control, he's in charge. Pay, everybody stops. It's a goal, everybody takes it. Yes. The referee has said. But assuming that the players, they have reasons to complain, they'll say, look, what this man is doing, we don't understand. And that is why at the end of the game, they start fighting the referee.
Well, I don't know if you agree with me that every team in this world, every team that loses must have something to say about it.
Okay. Let me add a little bit about this issue here. You see, the referee, before he decides, he will have 1 second or 2 seconds to look at the incident. Then AR1 or AR2, he will look at them first.
The assistant referees on the other side.
Yes. If the man does not raise his flag and he's not sure of the infringement or whatever, he's not going to call it. Simple. But because of the angle, he may not see it very well. Then he may not call it. Then fans will be shouting, oh, this man is biased, or this man is... Okay. You see? That's why sometimes he will look at the AR1, the referee, the linesman first, before he decides on this.
Okay, invariably, what you are saying is a teamwork. It's not the one decided.
That's why
AR1.
And that's what was correct when he said that a referee has only 1/4 of a second to take about 4 or 5 decisions. One, is this an infringement? Do I stop this game? If I stop it, which side is this going to? Is it a questionable offense?
Five decisions
Many
in a
under
second.
one second.
Okay, let's
right.
get back to where we are now. We are preparing for World Cup.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you, the referee, how come that over the years, at least I've been around, I've seen several World Cups, I've not seen a Nigerian referee in a World Cup. What is the problem?
Thank you very much for that very salient question. If you agree with me, Africa has about 64 nations that are affiliated to FIFA. And in Africa, FIFA just picked about 4 or 5 referees in Africa. Among these 6 countries, Nigeria is not there. To me, I'm saying my opinion.
Nigeria being the giant of Africa and having put in so much in the area of football.
In other, but it could not be giant in everything.
But we are good in football in Africa. Are we not?
I'm still coming to that. I'm still coming to that level. I'm still coming to that. When 4 or 5 referees are picked from a particular continent and Nigeria is not there, to me, it's not a big deal. But I'm coming to it takes a lot to be at the FIFA level. Let's be sincere to ourselves. One, let me explain it this way. Nigerians, we kill ourselves. Let me start from you, the journalist. You do condemn our referees. Anytime a referee finishes his officiation, the next you see in a paper, on television, radio is, this referee is a murderer, this referee is a killer. You have thereby killed this referee. There's no projection. We don't project ourselves. I don't know if I'm communicating.
Your communication, you still have not answered the question. Why is it that Nigerians have never been?
He's answering, but that's what he's saying.
So let me start from there. Again, Nigerians at the nation, we started on a very bad note. We did our recruitment at very old age. That is to say, before this time, we were recruiting referees around 24, 25 years. And it takes you another 6-7 years to become a grade 1. You know, there is examination in a referee.
They are grades.
Yes, they are graded. You sit, for example, you stay for 2 years, you write another exam. Stay for 2 years, you write another. Before you become a grade 1, you have given out about 6 or 7 more years. Add it to 25, you have become 32 years. Am I correct? Now, when you are 32, you are given an amateur match. You are there for 2 years. You are 34. Maybe pro this. Before you attain to that level, you are almost 40 years. But FIFA says, if you look at the age of these referees going to the World Cup, the oldest will be around 38 or 37 or something like that. Really? They're good. So the Oyibo man or the Europeans, they start on time. But thank God for Let Yabi's administration, Let Yabi's our former president, and the present president, Sade. We have now reduce the recruitment age to 15. If by the grace of God one is intelligent enough, before 21, 22, you have gotten your grade 1. Are you following me? Before the age of 27, 28, if you are very, very, very good, you are given a FIFA badge. And again, FIFA, we ask all continents. There are Class A matches, there are Class A matches, there are Class B matches, and there's Class C. So when you are newly given FIFA badge, you will be in Class C. If you perform, you will be promoted to Class B. Then if you perform again, you are promoted to Class A. Are you following? Yes. It is when you are in Class A that FIFA will pick you for World Cup proper. Or when you are in Class B, Class C, you are used your own continent to officiate the preliminary stage. Yes. I see. So by the grace of God, I'm not God, but by the grace of God, 2022, 2026, inshallah, as after we say,
you are seeing it coming.
Nigerians will be in World Cup.
Okay, and it will be a great feat.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's come to you. Let's talk about the players. The World Cup is coming, and our own coach, I think, has named is it 23 man team. Now let's look at the components of that 23. Tell us, are you confident that they are really going to fly?
Well, I'm confident.
Not as flying eagles or whatever.
The thing that I see going for the coach is consistency. He tried to maintain that team that qualified the country to this World Cup.
Yes.
You know, so he picked the same number of players, then added some new ones. to the team. But well, I have a little problem with the team is the goalkeeping department, goalkeeping and midfield, department. That's where I have, a little problem.
So what is the problem there? Say it.
You see, the problem, if we look at first of all, Ezenwa. Ezenwa, it's okay, but the height is a problem, Now we have Uzoho, who is about 6'3" or 6'4", but is young, inexperienced. You see? Now in the midfield, we don't have, like I mentioned earlier, creative midfielder. We have Mikel, who is the captain, attacking midfielder. Then Iwobi is playing from the left midfield. And it's a combination, attacking and he's not a creative midfielder. Victor Moses, they use him as wing back in his club at Chelsea. Now he's playing from the right flank. Now our left wing is dead. That's why if you watch Czech yesterday, they operated more on the right side than on the left side. Because nobody was operating there.
Why?
You see, because we don't play wing plays. What we have like outside right or outside left. So now you're trying to make do of whatever you have
available,
and to play any formation, you have the right personnel to have
in
that.
each department.
Yes.
What formation do you think they're playing now?
Well, like yesterday, I would say like 4-4-2 formation. 4-4-2
formation.
Yeah, 4
and we said that we don't have creative midfielder. What does that mean?
Creative is the nucleus of the midfield. Is the team.
The
one that dictates.
He's
the main architect of the team.
The team.
Is the coordinator between the
defense and attack.
And attack. He dictates where to go. Where the pass will go. That's what
the pass that will yield results.
Yes.
It's good to have you back. Let us say good morning, Anambra. And we are looking at the chances of Nigeria at 2018 World Cup in Russia. And in the house, we still have Arthur Ebunam and Anthony Bebeto Udenka. These are the men that are doing justice to the topic this morning because they are experts. All right.
We are still talking about the team.
Okay, you were
saying still talking about the team. Now that the formation, based on what you're saying, the 23 that have been selected for this game, and then you're not too comfortable with the very crew. You talked about the goalkeeping department and the midfield. What are your expectations then?
Well, like I was talking before we get on, I was discussing with Bebedo, and I was telling him the biggest mistake is having infringement at the edge of the box. Our team doesn't defend set plays very well. Set plays like corner kicks or free kicks, and if you're not careful on the edge of the box and commit those infringements, then we are in trouble. And of course, our left wing back is weak, where a change in a place, And I watched a couple of our games, Czech and Congo.
Serbia.
They're using that left wing back quite often, So
because they realize that it's porous.
Absolutely, and you see. Those experienced teams will exploit that. Once they see that this wing back is weak, they use what we call frisbee. They will be like going as often as possible. And once you start on rotation, what we call you start rotating, you push more defenders on that side. Then you create another loophole on the other right side. And that's where they play the ball behind the defenders and they score from that angle. So we have to be
creating a very big fear in my eyes now because one week away to the commencement of the biggest football event on planet Earth, that's the World Cup. And for our technical crew that is led by Gamot Raw, is that his name?
Yes.
Hope I got it right.
Yeah.
Okay, with this, all these fears now that you are, expressing, do they have the capacity to deliver the goods that we want from them?
Well, it depends on how they show up to play the
That
first
is
game.
how far do you think they can go in this tournament?
First game on the 16th against Croatia. If they play compact football, compact in a sense, the transition from defense to midfield and attack, play massive, attack together, defend together. But if you play zone football, zone meaning you mark space rather than marking the opponent, then we are in trouble. So we have to pick up everybody has to be 100%. You work together as a team in attack, then defend as a team.
Okay. And then, are you giving it to them at the round 16?
Let them not give it to them
round 16 because I'm scared.
Now, it's like you have something
before this program started entertaining fears about Nigeria's qualification for next round.
But it has always been that way, and then we still make
one symbol is that when you look at this, the friendly matches they played so far, if my calculation is correct, I think by 5 matches they played, they lost 3, drew 1, and won 1. Right. Among these nations, they lost. Some of them are not World Cup bound. I don't know if you are following me. Again, the teams were in the same group with, I'm talking of Argentina, Croatia, and Iceland. Croatia is a powerhouse in football, just as Argentina. On paper, we could say Iceland push over, but anything can still happen.
Anything can happen.
So my fear is that we must have to buckle up. We must have to.
Okay, we must buckle up.
Yes.
Now let's look at the groupings. It is said that Nigeria is the group of death. Do you believe that?
I think where they found themselves, they are.
Yeah. So what was your speculation? Who will tell the group of the 16?
If you look at all the appearances from 94, 98 World Cup, we always have Argentina inside our group and 94 they beat us because of clumsy defensive play from Guavon. So heads up, we must be at alert at any given time because quick restart. What they start, they don't wait for a referee to give signal. They start the attack immediately. It happened to us.
Apart from Argentina, who else are we afraid of? That's
Croatia. Our first match on the 16th.
And each group is supposed to produce two teams.
Two.
And you're not seeing Nigeria coming out of that team.
Well, I hope so.
As Nigeria,
what will determine that is after 16th. We will know how they play.
Okay.
Then we can come back and
if they can get the 3 points on the 16th.
Yes. What I'll tell them is, if you can't win, please draw. Find a way to
draw.
To play a draw. Don't first, because the key thing is the first game is very important.
Yes.
First game is always very important.
It's always memorable.
Yes. Once you can win that first game, you're good to go.
Okay,
you
now,
play draw.
We have about 5 African countries that are going.
Yes.
And if you have this kind of fear on our own, a Super Eagle, which of the African countries can you give it to, at least that can be able to make it to semi-finals? Or do you think Super Eagle will be that team that will make it to semi-final?
Well, like I did say before, as a Nigerian, I'm praying that we go beyond that even semi-final. If we find ourselves in the final, good at it. But the fear is still, because of the zone we have found ourselves, that's the area, that's where I'm afraid. I don't know if you get it. I'm not anywhere lost hope. I've never said I've lost hope. We can still make it if, just like Ato Ibn said.
Okay, like what we are seeing on our screen now.
Okay, that's
Okay, just very recently we saw what happened in London with the new
because that's what
yes, okay. And don't you think that this can shine for us too? Look at the boys jubilating, and it gives me joy. I wish they will come back to that.
Mind you, we won it in London, but we did not win. Did we win that match? Justice don't win matches, you should know that. What win matches?
But it does add flavor to the entire thing.
That one plays and did not win does not mean that we played very well. I don't know. Justice don't flavor. Anyway, let's pray and hope that this new Justice will give us good luck here.
Okay, you did not. When he asked you, assuming Nigeria did not make it, which other African country do you think are you suggesting based on their own formation?
You see, because we did not get a chance to watch Egypt and other African nations play their friendly match. We concentrated on our own.
But at least you have their you have their lineup.
Absolutely. I mean, you know.
But you have not seen them play.
Yes.
Okay, so and then
it's very difficult to
assess them.
Okay, all these fears, are you looking at it because of the level of preparation that we have given the Super Eagles?
Yeah, preparation, performances in our friendly matches, and the zone we're in. 3 things. Okay,
but they were good during the qualifying series.
No, that's African scene. That's African level.
Yes, African
we are at what level this time around? Just like he asked me about referees. In African level, Nigerian referees were there. But at the World Cup, no referee there. No Nigerian referee there. This time around, we are talking of a world level. And the African scene,
are you saying we have not prepared well? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that our team for now is not good enough at the world level.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. But African level, we are super. If you remember, 3 points were deducted from our kitty. If you remember, after qualification, yet we still qualified.
Do you remember that? Do you share
I disagree when he says we are not good enough
for the World Cup.
We are good enough. You know, that's why we.
After we've been there before.
Yeah, you know, that's why we are consistency. That's why
I think there's a difference between good and better.
But you faulted some of the departments. That is
good. That's what I'm saying. We have between now and 16 to tighten up.
Can we?
Yes, of course. Because we have 23 men.
2 goalkeepers.
3 goals. 3.
Okay, 3.
Yes. Gentlemen. Okay, let's now make you the special advisor to the Super Eagle team. Advise them. Let's go.
Okay, no problem. We do that.
Okay, let's see. What will be your advice to them as well? Are you ready to go?
My advice is this. Just like my very good friend Ato said. How to build up the defense. If you cannot score, let you not be scored. I don't know if you get me. If you cannot score your opponents, let your opponents don't score you. So that if you have that opportunity of getting 1 goal, you'll be able to defend it. Then the midfielders we talked about, just like he said, the creative midfielder, those who know when to give this ball out, those who know when to hold this ball. I don't know. If we can get these people, if we can get them in the midfield, I think.
We've already chosen our spot, so if we don't have it, we don't have it. What's your advice?
Well, my advice, they should play compact football. You know, compact in a sense, they defend well. When they attack together. No gap, leaving no gap. And the midfield, they mark up. The defenders should support in the midfield.
And then your advice to Nigerians, because a lot of us will develop high blood pressure this period, and then a lot of people will even give it.
Let them sit back and enjoy. We will do well.
Okay.
And pray.
No, we are very good at that. We are very good at that. Trust our fans. Okay, I would like to thank you very much. Mr. Arthur Ebunam. Mr. Arthur Ebunam is a former player of Rangers International of Enugu and also a former player of Green Eagles of Nigeria. Thank you very much for coming today, Mr. Arthur.
You're welcome.
Okay. And then our second guest, that is Sir Anthony Bebeto Udenaka. He's the chairman of Anambra Football Referees Council and also board member Anambra State Football Association. Thank you very much, Bebeto.
Thank
No
you.
yellow card,
I'm
no red
hoping
card.
to be here very, very soon.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
you very
gentlemen.
much.
We must go. Thank you, the boys behind the cameras, the producer, the executive producer, the ops director, audio, all the guys, floor managers. Thank you very much for making it happen today. My name is Sijama Uche, and I've been around with Theophilus Wakoha.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Let's do it again.
Okay, let's do it again. Do have a good day.